So here's what I want you to remember. Monday through Thursday, this is what I teach my group. Monday through Thursday, you do the 2 for lead generation. That's from 9 to 11. Now, some people can't do 9 to 11, and I get that because you might work a regular job, one of them regular jobs. We're going to get you away from that regular job soon, right? But if you got a 9 to 5 or you got another job, another gig, you can't do it. But if you can, you want to do from 9 to 11 every single day. And there's only 3 things that you can do during your lead gen time, okay, during your time block. Number 1, you're going to generate new prospects, new seller prospects, okay? We're talking about listings, baby. So generate new seller prospects. You're going to follow up with existing prospects, and you're going to generate and implement marketing plans. Or you can say create and implement marketing plans. Let me say it again. Number 1, you're going to create new prospects, new seller prospects. You're going to follow up with seller prospects that you already have in the pipeline, and you're going to create and implement marketing plans. That's it. Welcome to the Success with Listings podcast, where we help you get success in the real estate game the easy way. Now you can get off the roller coaster of feast and famine and out of the rat race of competing with every other agent in town. Hi, I'm Knolly Williams. I took over 1,000 listings during my first 10 years in the real estate game, and in this podcast, I show you how to have success with listings. Let's go. This is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the 5 keys to your success. Whose success? Your success. 5 keys. Number 1, and if you can, write this down. Now, if you're driving, do not write this down, okay? Just listen. If you're at the gym, don't write this down. But if you can, write some of this stuff down, because I'm going to give you some golden nuggets today that are absolutely, you're going to be able to take away from this and absolutely take your trajectory to a different level with this information if you implement. Number 1, you've got a time block for lead generation. You've got to. Number 2, you've got to focus on listings. Now, I'm going to tell you what I believe, okay? And by the way, I just got to throw this in. I'm not right, guys, okay? This is not about right or wrong. I was around a guy just the other day that was so opinionated. Boy, he had an opinion about everything. I'm not here to give you an opinion. I'm here to give you, I've been in this business, I've been in this game for a long time. I've been a broker for 11 years, okay? I started off at Prudential. The reason I know I took 21 listings my first 74 days is because I was at Prudential for 74 days, and before it became Berkshire Hathaway. And I was there, I took 21 listings. I'm like, and I still have the sheet of the listings I took. And I was like, wait a minute, I can go over to Remax and make a lot more money. So I went to Remax. I spent 5 years at Remax, okay? At Remax, I became one of the top 10 Remax agents in the state of Texas. Also, while I was there, I became one of the top 7 agents in Austin, Texas, based on production, ranked by the Austin Business Journal out of about 9,800 agents, almost 10,000 agents. My production was ranked number 7 in the city, okay? And when that happened, I got a call from Gary Keller's office that they wanted to meet with me. So I met with Gary Keller, and I told Gary when I met with him, I said, look, because I wanted to teach. That was my big thing. I wanted to teach, train, coach, give back. That's what I wanted to do. And I had already been in the business for about 6 years at this time. And I told Gary, I said, I'm gonna give it about 3-4 years at Keller Williams, and then I'm gonna start my own company called Knolly Realty. And he was like, all right, cool. Let's do it. So we partnered up. Gary was my personal mentor at Keller Williams. I didn't stay 2 years. I didn't stay 3 years. I stayed 10 years, y'all, 10 years. And by the way, I thought it was my forever home until I found EXP. Woo, what? I'm trying to tell you, when I found EXP, game over. It was like, and by the way, even with EXP being as good as it is, it took me 100 days to research to see, because I was like, this can't be true. It's too good to be true. But the reason I tell you that, what does that mean to you? Why is that important for you? Because I'm not just going to stand up here and give you my opinions. Okay. We're not just hanging out, me telling you my opinions. I'm telling you honest to God information that I've found to be true. And those of you that are veterans in the room right now listening to me, you know this to be true as well. But I want to basically take a learning curve about a 5 to 7 year. We can cut 5 years off your learning curve. Let's do it. Why not? So number one, time block for lead gen. Number two, focus on listings. Number three, you got to tap the quantum field. Okay. Too many agents are not doing that and they're not getting the success. Number four, master the 8 pillars. Okay. Master the 8 pillars. And number five, you got to become a master. You got to become a master. Now, how is this stuff highlighting? Somebody's highlighting this for me. Oh, that's gangster. All right, whatever y'all doing, keep doing it. All right, so now I told you what it is. Now I'm gonna kind of walk you through each of these. And by the way, if you guys have a question for Uncle Knolly at any time, put it in the chat or unmute yourself and just talk. Okay. Sometimes if I'm on a roll, you got to keep Knolly, shut up, because I get on a roll, y'all. Let me see if there's any chat. Okay, I don't see any. I'm going to be checking the chat periodically. So if you do have something that you want to tell me, just pop it in the chat. We'll get to it. All right. So now how did these lines get up in my? Hold on. Is that me doing that, or you guys are trying to throw me off my game? Kathy, you see those lines there on the screen?
I do, and I believe that they're able to mark it up. So whoever is playing around with the screen.
Oh, they are able to mark it up? Oh my goodness. Okay. That's pretty cool though. That is pretty cool that you could do that. But yeah, stop doing that. All right, let me get back to. Hey, I like that you guys are paying attention though. That means a lot to me. All right, so let's get on. So number one, and I'm going to go through these in order so that you guys can really digest this stuff. So number one is do the 2. Okay, you got a time block for lead generation every single day, and that's every single day from Monday through Thursday from 9 to 11. Okay, we call that do the 2. Okay, do the 2. Now, do the 2 is super duper important. This is what's going to lead you guys to millions. Okay, if you want to have, so I made my first $1 million when I was 29 years old. Okay, I'm 50 now. Okay, now actually when I was 29, I made $2 million that year. Okay, and I've made millions and millions and millions of dollars since then. This is my number one strategy. People always ask me, Knolly, could you give me your best strategies? If I only had, and this is how I came to this class today. I said, if I only had 90 minutes ever, like if I never talked to you again, what would we talk about for those 90 minutes? Okay. And that's the information I'm giving you right now. Number one, you got to do the 2, because here's the reason. In order, you have to do the 2 because too many people are trying to track their closings. In fact, I want you to write this down. Don't track closings. By the way, I do want you to track closings, but I don't. And here's what I mean. Closings are not your most important metric. Let me say it again. Closings are not your most important metric. Your most important metric is your appointments. Okay? Your appointments, period. Because closings only happen, listen to this, closings only happen after you have an escrow. And escrows only happen after you get a contract. And a contract will only happen after you get a listing. We're talking about listings, y'all. After you get a listing, then you can get, you got to get an offer first, right? Then once you get, in order to have an offer, you got to have a listing. And in order to have a listing, you got to have a prospect. And in order to have a prospect, you have to lead generate. And the only way you're going to lead generate, okay, let me say this again. The only way that you're going to lead generate is if you time block. Because if you don't time block, you won't do it, period. This is my number one success strategy. And this is what I do every single day. And what I have done every single day since I got in the game, since I got in the real estate game. So do the 2. So Monday through Thursday from 9 to 11, you're lead generating 4 seller listing leads. Okay. Now, what are you doing on Friday? Huh? What are we doing on Friday, y'all? Good students? What are we doing on Friday? Huh? You guys know what we do on Friday. Come on, somebody's got to know what we do on Friday. All right, now, chat box. What are we doing on Friday, y'all? I'm going to wait for somebody to tell me what we're doing on Friday. And we're still going to do the 2. We're going to do it on Friday, but what are we doing? Let me see what we got here. Going on appointments? Nope. Attraction, baby. Oh, look at that. Attraction. Showing homes? No. Going on appointments? No. Agent attraction? Yeah, baby. So we do the 2 on Fridays. When you do your 2, hey, you guys are good students, though. I appreciate everybody for participating. So here's what I want you to remember. Monday through Thursday, this is what I teach my group. Monday through Thursday, you do the 2 for lead generation. That's from 9 to 11. Now, some people can't do 9 to 11, and I get that because you might work a regular job, one of them regular jobs. We're going to get you away from that regular job soon, right? But if you got a 9 to 5 or you got another job, another gig, you can't do it. But if you can, you want to do from 9 to 11 every single day. And there's only 3 things that you can do during your lead gen time, okay, during your time block. Number 1, you're going to generate new prospects, new seller prospects, okay? We're talking about listings, baby. So generate new seller prospects. You're going to follow up with existing prospects, and you're going to generate and implement marketing plans. Or you can say create and implement marketing plans. Let me say it again. Number 1, you're going to create new prospects, new seller prospects. You're going to follow up with seller prospects that you already have in the pipeline, and you're going to create and implement marketing plans. That's it. So guess what? If a client calls me and says, hey, we scheduled the closing on the house at 10 o'clock, guess what? I'm not going to be there because I'm lead generating every day from 9 to 11, baby. Now, theoretically, I could go to the closing and bump, but I won't, because everybody in my world knows that from 9 to 11, I have a standing appointment. So if we're going to do a closing and you want Knolly there, it's got to be after 11 o'clock and give me some drive time. So 11:30-ish and on. Okay. Now, a listing appointment. Am I going to go on a listing appointment during my lead gen time? Yes or no? Let me see what you got. Put it in the chat box. Am I going on a listing appointment during my lead generation time? No, no. Yeah. All right. You guys are tracking with me now. So somebody says, man, I want to list my house. Can you come over tomorrow at 10? You know what? I have an appointment tomorrow at 10, but I'll be done by 11. I could be there by 11:30. Would that work? Oh, it won't work. How about 1 o'clock? You see, when you hold yourself accountable, see, if you don't have anybody holding you accountable, that's why you're not reaching your goals. Okay. And we'll talk about the accountability piece in a minute. That's so important, guys. So important. All right. So do the 2. That's Monday through Thursday. You get that. Now, when you do the 2, you're going to focus on the 3 buckets. You guys already know that I teach the 3 lead buckets. So we won't go into depth on this. I've got tons of videos on this, tons of training, but it's your sphere of influence, your farm, and your niche. Those are the 3 buckets you're going to be going after. Okay. That's where all your leads are going to come from. So if you want to get 6 listings a month, okay, I took 10 listings a month, okay, for over 10 years in a row. So I'm not telling you anything that can't be done. And by the way, I'm nobody special. I'm going to show you just how unspecial I am in just a moment. So with these 6, you can get 6 a month if you got 3 from your sphere of influence, 2 from your farm, and 1 from your niche. And if you wanted 10 listings a month, you would get 5 from your sphere of influence, 3 from your farm, and 2 from your niche. Okay, that's how you're going to get 6 to 10 listings a month. Okay, don't tell me it can't be done, because I know it can, because I've done it. I did it for 10 years in a row. And by the way, if you're lead generating every single day for 2 hours, you're going to be setting some appointments, baby. You're going to be setting some appointments. All right, so somebody's asking me, is this Tama? She said, how do you know or figure out what your niche is? Okay, so I've got a lot of resources for you guys. Number one resource. Okay, Tama. Is it Tama or Toma? I might be saying that wrong. But your number one resource, success
yeah,
with listings.
it's Tama.
Tama, what's up, Tama? All
Hey.
right. So I like your question, Tama. I'm gonna answer it right now. So number one, success with listings, baby. That's what you need. This book right here. How do you get it? It's free. Can y'all spell free? Huh? It's a 4-letter word. Free, baby. So all you got to do, go to knolly.com, my name. If you know how to spell my name, it's weird, I know. KNOLLY.com. Go to knolly.com. Don't go there now. Stop it. Don't go there now. But just write it down, go to knolly.com, and you can get this bad boy absolutely for free. I went ahead and made it free about a year ago because, you know, they only pay me like $1 per book. I'm like, man, I don't keep your dollar. I don't want your dollar. So I just make it free. Now, if you absolutely want the book in your hand, you can get it on Amazon. But this is 430 pages, okay? And there's 5 chapters in here, Tama, that talk about, and they're chapters 6 through 10, talks nothing but about lead generation, okay? And I go through all the niches that I can think of. Niches are far and wide, guys. There's, when you talk about niches, and I list a whole bunch of them in here. We talk about overcoming your fear of prospecting. I mean, everything is in here because people would always be wanting to pick my brain. And I got tired of people picking my brain, so I picked it myself. Took 430 pages, but this is a reference manual so that you can really, really hit that level of success. So here's what I have here in the book. I say, you know, what will you specialize in? Now, here's what I want you to remember, though. First, you got to hit your sphere of influence. And I have a very specific method for doing that. It's an 18-touch system that's super duper easy and it's free. Doesn't cost you a dime to do. Number 2, you got to get your farm rocking. You got to rock your farm. Now, by the way, your farming is absolutely free as well. Doesn't cost you any money to farm, okay, with my method, because I teach you how to get sponsors to pay for all your farming. Okay, many of you have already adopted my training on that. Now, once you have your sphere of influence going, and then once you have your farm rocking, you got maybe 500 or 1,000 houses in your farm, then you start with your niche. You go to your niche. And your niche could be for sale by owner, expired, homes with pools could be a niche, REO bank owned, luxury, homes on one or more acres, short sales, new construction, golf course communities, first-time home sellers, seniors, farm and ranch, one-story homes, waterfront, condos, homes without building, divorce, probate, investment properties, land tracts. I mean, it goes on and on. You get the idea. So if you want to pick a niche, this is the book you want right here. I got one other book for you that you absolutely need, Tama, and it's this one right here. It's called Triple My Listings, okay? This is also free, but we ship it to you. We ship you the hard copy, and you pay the shipping, okay? You pay the shipping. You go to knolly.com, and you can get this bad boy. Now, the reason I wrote this is because I have a revenue share group here at EXP we call Mentorship Masters. And my masters, I would always be telling them, do the two. Then they come back to me. Man, Knolly, I'm in my lead generation bunker. I call it a lead generation bunker. That's what you want to create. And when you're in your lead generation bunker, ain't nobody messing with you, okay? You cannot emerge. You can take a bio break, like maybe once an hour, but you cannot emerge from your lead generation bunker until you hit your time, okay? You punch in, just like, look, when you used to, everybody knows how to time block. So don't give me that excuse. I know you know how to do it. So this is my we call it Mentorship Masters. They kept asking me, man, what do I do when I'm in my lead generation bunker? I said, okay, I'm gonna give you 27 marketing ideas for free seller leads. So this just goes one after another, Tama. Idea number 1, idea number 2, okay, idea number 3, 4, 5. I mean, you name it. You got 27 ideas all the way through, okay? And by the way, here's what you gotta remember. You wanna write this down. You have to lead generate to your personality profile. Ooh, I'm gonna give you time to write that one down, boy. That's big. Let me say it again. You have to lead generate to your personality profile. If not, you're gonna hate it. If you're lead generating and you don't love it, you're doing something wrong. See, when I go to lead generate every single day, I love it. A gal asked me just the other day, said, well, I do my lead generation and I keep calling during 9 to 11, but I can't find anybody at home. I said, well, who told you to make a phone call? See, I have 27 tactics. Only 3 of these involve talking on the phone. I got news for you. I don't like talking on the phone. Personally, I don't like it. I just don't. Not that I'm part of that generation, because I'm not. I'm 50 years old. I just don't like it. And so I do other things. So I like to do YouTube videos. I like to do stuff like we're doing right now. So I do a lot of stuff like that. And right now I'm a recruiter. That's what I do full time, right? So I'm an attractor, I should say. And so I'm constantly out there putting out messages, and most of it's just free content. Okay. So there is, I guarantee you, well, let me say it one last time, then I'm going to move on because we got a lot of ground to cover. Lead generate to your personality profile. If you don't, you're going to hate it. If you get in your lead generation bunker and you don't like what you're doing, you're not lead generating to your personality profile. That's huge. That's the reason why I never liked bold. People are like, well, let's go to bold. Bold is good. Okay. When Diana Kokoska came up with bold, I was in the room. I was a MAPS coach back then. And I was there when she introduced bold for the first time. And she had her notebook. She said, hey, I got this new program called bold. Those of you that were at Keller Williams know what bold is. I never liked it because I'm not a high D. I'm a low D. I'm super low on the D, right? So I just didn't, I didn't like any of those tactics. I did my own tactics that were more for my profile. See, whenever I'm tested out, I never test out as a mega listing specialist. I get the lowest marks you can imagine, the lowest score possible as a mega agent. And by the way, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm less than 1. I'm like a 1/2. Okay. So I shouldn't even be a mega agent, but what I've learned to do is lead generate to my personality profile. When I used to do a lot of expireds, you know what I would do? I was afraid to get on the phone, so I wouldn't call them. But I did some postcards, baby. I did letters. I did all kinds of stuff, but I would not make a phone call. Okay. And I did tons of business just doing it that way. Okay. So that's, all right. So the next one, yeah. And this is Alicia is saying free is for me. That's right, baby. Everything that I teach is either is what we call low to no cost. Okay. It's got to be low or no, or we ain't doing it. Right. What lead generation program would I suggest? It's right here, baby. This is the one I suggest right here. Okay. Triple my listings, free seller leads. I've never paid for leads. I don't pay for leads. Okay. I've never bought a Zillow lead ever in my life. Okay. God's honest truth. It's just not part of my program. You have enough, there is enough business. For those of you that have already read my stuff and you know how I get my leads, because I reveal how I do it. And there's even a YouTube video out there for y'all don't like to read. I got YouTube videos out there for how I generate leads. So there's tons and tons of information about that. So let me just show you one right here real quick. So if you go to, don't do this now, y'all, behave. Don't do this now. But if you go to, in fact, let me just open up my YouTube account. I'm gonna show you my favorite one. Sorry, I got these toolbars all over the place, so I can't see. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna go to my YouTube account, and by the way, every one of you should be subscribing to my YouTube channel. That's a shameless plug because I put out a lot of good content for you to succeed. All right, so this is it right here. Look at this video right here. It's called How to Get Listing Leads. Okay, can I make it any more plain for you? How to get listing leads. It's a 30-minute video. Go watch that video. Okay, and that's going to tell you how to do it. I don't have the time to really get into it on this call, but just trust me. If you get my books, you watch my videos, you're going to learn how to do this. It's very, very, very. I make it very simple for you.
Well, thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Success with Listings podcast. If you are serious about taking your real estate career to the highest heights, making more money and helping more clients while working less hours and spending more time with your family, be sure to get your copy of my free book, Triple My Listing, absolutely free at successwithlistings.com. Now, you want to be sure that you subscribe to the podcast and check out successwithlistings.com to get your copy of my free book. Hey, I'll see you on the next one.